We arrive in Ecuador right now with Claudia Laso. Claudia is a breathwork, mindfulness, and biohacking coach and founder of her online academy, where she trains and certifies facilitators worldwide. Her mission is to help individuals reconnect with purpose, release emotional blocks, and build sustainable inner and outer abundance. Her topic today is spiritual detox, the radical power of one conscious breath. Ladies and gentlemen around the planet, let us welcome Claudia Laso. Blessings. Welcome.
Thank you, Ravi. Oh my God, what an introduction. And it feels amazing to be here with you. I would like to welcome everyone to this space. I am very, very excited to talk to you and to share this topic with you because it's very close to my heart because of many reasons. But a couple years ago, I went through a big burnout and just the awareness of how much we're doing now and all the information that we have available. I would like to ask you to keep this topic in mind throughout the talk because a spiritual detox and the radical power of one conscious breath is just a reminder of how simple things can be. And I would like to start this talk and this space with you, asking you to think about this question. How human can you be in a world where computers are doing what they're doing and where there's an overload of information? How human can you actually feel? And the reason why we're all here together is connection. As humans, we look for connection. And you can only meet the world and connect with others as deep as and as expansive as you have met yourself. So, going back to the human aspect, to the basics, to just one conscious breath, is key for us to be able to connect really with us, with the human experience of what we're here to do and learn. And this goes for everything: relationships, jobs, opportunities, anything. So, here's the challenge: we've created a dynamic where we believe that we need more to be well. And now I feel like wellness has a to do list, a lot of protocols. And if you don't have these machines and the routines, and then there are these 30-day amazing steps challenges, and there's optimization, and now peptides are everywhere. And if you're not doing that and you're not looking like that, something is wrong. And I can only imagine my homie Buddha, and I think we all know him. And back in the day when he started all this, I don't think he was thinking about everything that the soul needs to connect and expand and find this balance. I don't think he was thinking about all this to-do list and all these things that we need to do. He didn't, I'm sure he wasn't even thinking about a yoga mat, which now we think it's a must to meditate, or a safu or something. So that's what I go back to in the days where I don't feel like meditating, where I find that the smallest excuses are getting me out of the mat and out of sitting down and just being with me. And I find the smallest excuses are like, I'm out in nature, I'm traveling, I don't have my headphones, I don't have my yoga mat, I don't want to wake up my boyfriend, I'm not. And then I remember Buddha didn't have any of this, but he still got down, sat down, and he did the thing. He wasn't romanticizing and lighting a candle and putting a scent, which is all great. But he actually made sure to get down, to sit down and just breathe. And he got the results, and it was very simple. So he was just breathing and connecting one breath at a time. And through one conscious connected breath, he found himself. He might have lost himself. I'm sure he surrendered everything that he felt, because we've all been there when we cannot even stand sitting one more second because we feel all these things and we feel awkward, because we've been there, because meditating and sitting with ourselves is challenging. But then throughout the practice, Buddha was just him. He was just there. He started just being. And don't get me wrong, I am a coach. You just heard. I do a ton of stuff to promote and to get people to do this. But I feel like all these wellness hacks and biohacks and devices and the frequencies and the experiences are great because they get people to the mat, they get people to the classes. But if you're a practitioner or not, I want you to consider all these as amazing things, and they should exist, and they do, and they will continue existing. But it's great for it to help people start. But there is a bigger responsibility that we can't forget. If you're a coach, you should remember that the goal is to connect within, to connect without, not the other way around. So we should go back to the basics, and we should go back to the actual purpose of the practice as a practitioner and as a student, because we can't forget and we can't stop being students in life. So this connection happens from the bottom up, from the body to the head, to the mind. But we usually live the other way around, top down, where all we do is mind over matter, thinking that the mind will lead and the body will follow. But the truth is that the body is actually the one that leads, and the mind follows. And we actually make decisions in the body, and then we create stories in the mind to justify them. So if your body is contracted, it's stressed, and is disconnected, you cannot think clearly. You cannot think creatively. You cannot think expansively. So this is where the breath comes in. The breath is the bridge between the body and the mind. And let me say that again. The breath is the bridge between the body and the mind. And I'm glad that I said that wrong so I could repeat it. But yeah, I'm like that. But we need to understand that the breath is actually the bridge, and it's holding the whole thing together. So if someone's nervous system, it's in a defensive state, it's in a dysregulated state, you cannot coach them. You cannot teach them. You cannot reach a person. Nothing will land because they are not feeling safe. And safety is the foundation of transformation. So as practitioners, again, we need to go back to the basics, because I see a ton of breathwork experiences where people promote, even in social media, I see a ton of people just having this massive Emily Rose kind of experience where they're just releasing their entire life. And when we actually look for the result, some people leave disconnected or dysregulated. So as practitioners, our job is not to create this powerful and expansive and hugely outward experiences. Our job is to create safe experiences, because everyone needs different things, and that looks different for everyone. So we cannot promote that huge, expansive explosion because it's not going to happen for everyone. But the results and the work will happen, but that will look different for everyone. So your job is to create a safe experience, and a safe experience will be a powerful experience. And some of us, most of us, think that healing is all about letting go. And part of it is letting go. But the shift that I want to invite you to have today is that it's not all about letting go. It's about letting in, because you release everything that's not serving you anymore so you can let yourself in deeper. And when you go deeper, you connect. And letting go happens naturally. So you stop focusing on the pain and you start focusing on the connection with yourself. So the most draining thing for your nervous system is being connected to others from a disconnected version of yourself. So that's where all people pleasers, I'm there, suppressing, holding back your truth, keeping everything in. Presence heals more than anything, but if you cannot connect with another human because they're not feeling safe, they're dysregulated, they're repressing, or you are, if you don't express, you repress. And what you repress stays in your body. And as I said before, we make decisions from the body. As tension, as numbness, as disconnection, we keep everything in our body. And when we go back to this simple practice, that's natural. We're going to feel and register and have many things happening during the day that will get us wired and fired in a certain way. But we have the breath to help us understand whether it's from the body or the mind. But we need to keep ourselves in a constant check-in so we can actually understand in what state we're in every minute of the day. This will sound a lot in the beginning, but it's just being present. It's just one breath that will connect you to your system, and you will know how you're working, where you're working from, and how you should shift your energy to become more present, so you don't waste so much energy and you don't dysregulate yourself or connect with other people from a disconnected place in yourself. So we come back to the simplest thing, the breath. It's not perfect, it might not be optimal, but I want you to start doing it consciously, because it's in the practice you will understand what you need to do and how you meet yourself and how you understand yourself. I remember when I started meditating, I was 6 and my dad just got me to sit down and listen to some music. And from then I started doing it because he taught me. I liked it, I hated it. I had a really bad relationship with it because I knew it was good for me, but I felt like a failure because I didn't feel good doing it. And 3 minutes felt like 30 minutes sometimes. So I kept on doing it because I was always told that I was never persistent or I didn't follow through with things. So that was my challenge to actually do it. And I feel like when I started breath work, I could actually meditate because breath work released that tension and that pressure that I was keeping inside that I didn't know I had. So being aware of your breath will have bigger powers for you in your life daily and in your health that will have a bigger return of your investment. It's incredible how breathing for a little bit will give you a ton of return in your health and wellness. Now I see it as brushing my teeth. I just meditate daily and I have to sit down and breathe, and if something happens, I will just connect automatically. And my invitation to you is this: to fall in love with connection, to look for connection with yourself. Fall in love with just sitting with your breath. And until you can't not stop, like unless you can't stop doing it and like you love it just like I do, and you feel like it's like telling you that you're not going to take a shower today or tomorrow or in a week. It doesn't make sense. Just get used to it and start working on your practice, even if it's just 3 minutes at a time. But focus on that just one simple breath, one breath that will help you connect within. And from that connection, you will see that your life expands and changes in ways that you have never felt, because that connection will develop security, great self-esteem, and a lot of belief on everything that you can offer the world. So I would like to shift this into a practice moment, because I would like to experience this with all of you and to have this time together to have a short practice. So if I can ask Nayara to help me with the music, we could have the first song playing, because I couldn't share the music from my computer, so I'm just going to disclaim that I'm getting amazing help from everyone here. And while we're getting the music started, I would like for you to close your eyes. And unless you're driving or doing something that you can't really close your eyes or you don't feel safe closing your eyes, you can keep them open. I would just like for you to start breathing through your nose in the beginning and out of your nose.
You should have rights to play it. I do not have
Okay.
access to Spotify, but you should have rights.
Okay, let me check. If not, we will continue the practice without the music. It's going to be fine. Continue breathing through your nose, inhaling and exhaling. Trying to connect to your body. Can you hear the music now? Yeah? Great. So I would like for you to start breathing through your nose. To notice where in your body you are right now. And try to pull the breath from the lower belly. As if you're inflating your belly. And then release through your nose. And now I want you to start breathing through the same pattern, but through your nose, your mouth. You're gonna start breathing deeply through your mouth, inhaling belly and chest, and release through your mouth. Inhale. Find a pattern that you find comfortable. Inhale as much air as you can to your belly, to your chest, and release. You can start feeling some energy through your body. You may start yawning. You're releasing energy from your jaw. You're getting out of that fight or flight state. You can keep your lips closed as if you're drinking through a straw, or you can keep your mouth open. Listen to your body. Just feel each breath. Connect to your body. Connect to the simplicity of the breath. How much you can activate, regulate, release. And by the release and surrender, you connect. We only have less than a minute of this breath, but we will switch. So I would like for you to give it your all. I want you to use every breath as if it was the last, with all your intention. Feel the energy, come on. Just activate your body. Making space for opportunities, new energy, a new beginning, a new mindset. Inhale, release. Come on. I want you to take a deep inhale, release everything. Inhale one more time deeply and hold. If you would like to close your eyes for this part, if you don't have them closed, and just feel the void. What is the space telling you? Whenever you feel like breathing, you can return. And this time I would like for you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Deeply in through your nose, out through your mouth. In, out. In, out. And I want you to connect with all the parts that you found today, with all the sensations, with all the emotions, with all the love, all the space that we shared together. Inhale through your nose, exhale through the mouth. We only have a very few minutes with this breath, so I would like you to give your all, to release, to connect, to find stillness. To connect with your heart, to feel the breath flowing through it and from it, expanding your energy, your mind, and connecting you to the power of just one conscious breath. And reminding you how simple life is we just stop and connect and appreciate everything that we already have, we already are, we already do. And I would like to have you envision a moment where you felt loved in your life. Just loved for being you, for being born, for being there. Where were you? What were you doing? Who were you with? How does it feel to just feel love? Without doing anything, looking for anything. And I want you to send love to every cell in your body, to every part of your body. To be grateful for everything that your body has done and how much we haven't acknowledged. And for all the work that you've done and how amazing you already are. And how beautiful life is, and sometimes we forget it. I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for this space, for this practice, and for breathing with me. I was born to do this. I love it. And I couldn't be happier. Thank you. You can open your eyes whenever you're ready. Start connecting with your body. This happens when you're very sensitive. And you can feel everyone's energy. So thank you. Whenever you feel ready, you can start returning, connecting to the present, and just being grateful for the moment that we shared. There was a time where I would have been embarrassed about crying in public, but not anymore. Feeling is the best. Feeling is the most amazing human thing we can do. Next to breathing, I think. So I hope that this practice, this talk, reminds you how important it is to remember that life can get complicated. Life can get noisy. We can have a ton of information out there. We can have a ton of stimulus and things happening everywhere. But we have ourselves. We have our breath. We have more power inside than anything that we can imagine. But we haven't tapped into it. And if we keep on peeling the onion, we will keep on reaching in and connecting with ourselves. And we will connect to that power, and we will impact our community. And this comes from someone who couldn't speak in public, and if I had 3 grown-ups or more in front, I would stutter and I wouldn't be able to talk. So doing this was a big learning and growing process for me. It's taken years, but I'm here and I'm happy that I can do it. And I hope that the message that I shared today reaches you, and I thank you for this space. Thank you, Rabi, and everyone at the team IBF. And thank you for being here and having this space and holding this time with me. I appreciate it, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Yes, Claudia. Yes. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. I think I'm going to tear up in between every one of our sessions today and continue to feel with my dear breath workers. If any of you on this call or on this event today are not breath workers, this is what happens. It opens your heart and it leaves it open and allows you to traverse the world from yet a new place, very authentic, connected, united place. And so, Claudia, thank you so much. You brought one of my favorite teachings along, which every year we must have here, which is the simplicity. The simplicity began with the simplicity of one breath, and to take that with you, dear friends. You know, when you're on your computer and it tells you there's a new upgrade, are you ready for the upgrade? And you click yes, and it downloads. That's an upgrade for you, dear family. One conscious breath. I had a quote of mine.